Hi all, Jason here from Desirable Vinyl in Evesham, UK. This is the fourth video and the last one covering my personal record collection. We're an appointment based company. I have an office in Evesham. I used to have a record store in 2021, but I closed that down due to financial reasons, same as most. Excuse me, sorry, a bit dry there. As you can tell, I'm not professionally presenting. I'm not slick. It will get slicker as I film more and more stuff, but I'm just hand holding my camera at the moment. That's just the way it will be for a little while, but I'll just get better as we go. The idea of doing this really is so that you know what I'm about as a record dealer. I'm mainly vinyl, as in albums, some 12s and a lot of 7-inch stuff. I generally focus a lot on the album stuff. That's what I buy and seek as collections. And I'll just do some YouTube stuff. You can find me for all current stock and any updates and where we're going to be, what and where we're selling, stock that we're selling, any events that we're attending, etc. On Facebook. All the links are below on the video. If you subscribe to the channel, at the moment it's just a couple of videos on there, but it gives you more of an insight into what I'm about as a business. So we're appointment based in terms of you come to us, personal shopping basically. You can spend as much time as you want in store as long as I'm there, and I invite that. Google, just a warning, Google does show the store still. I don't know why. I closed it all down. I shut down all remnants of it, but people are still trying to find us in the shop. The shop has changed hands 4 times since I closed it, and it is currently, if you're into whiskey, it's currently called the MT Cask, as in MT, letters MT, MT Cask, down King Charles Court, just off Vine Street in Evesham. So I'm sure he'll be very happy to see you. So, but you won't get vinyl. You'll be buying whiskey. I'm a few doors down from that, but basically, yeah. You set an appointment. I let you know how to get in touch and stuff like that. I sell online. 95% of everything I do now is online. I'm not going to say it's a sad state of affairs. I've embraced it now. I didn't want to, but I've had to in order to make a living. This is what I do. I do nothing else. I am a record dealer. This is not a hobby. This is what I do to eat food and put a roof over my head and be able to live. So any subscription, great. Thank you very much. I work hard at the business. I put a lot of effort into it, same as most of you, especially when you're self-employed. What people don't see is how much background work you put into running your own business, whatever that business is. But anyway, I thought a bit of fun. So this is the 4th video. I'll show you what I have in the rest of my collection. There's 3 previous ones. It sounds massive. They're all about 25 minutes long-ish as videos. It sounds a lot, but I kind of chat as I go generally, and it will get slicker and better and improve as I find more and more ways to present what we do. Okay, but I thought this would be quite fun to actually see what a record dealer buys. Not typical maybe of some, because there are some that will buy very expensive records, as in they're looking for those rarities that are for personal use, but they'll know they'll sell on for mega money at some point. That's not my way. I would rather just sell stuff that I know I can sell, and I buy stuff that I can afford. It's as simple as that. So without further ado, Mystery Plane. They were an 80s band, 82 to 86. It was more new wave actually, really, to be honest, but pretty good stuff. The keyboard player from the band actually let me have that. Bizarre Unit, 79 to 82. Joy Division weren't the only band out there doing stuff like that. That's the best way I can describe that. All About Eve Crosby, Stills and Nash, 2 of theirs first and second albums. Dylan's Bringing It All Back Home. Rodriguez, Cold Facts. I only heard about this guy from a documentary on Amazon. I believe, I mean, South American origin. I believe he was around Michigan, I think. Doing, you know, playing in bars and street corners, you know, back in the 70s. Kind of disappeared. Brought out this album that was on a Motown label, or related Motown label. Disappeared for years. He's the subject of a documentary. It's absolutely fantastic and fascinating, but the album itself is great. This is a reissue. The original was hard to find. He was huge in South Africa, considering at the time it was huge on apartheid. It was very popular amongst white South Africans. Eminem Show, Portishead, Lou Reed's Transformer, that's essential, isn't it, I think. Bob Tilton, so that's interesting, kind of indie alternative rock, kind of anger rock, that's probably the best way to describe that. 2 of those albums, two albums at the time. Tube Boy Army Replicas, that's a must, I think. Verve Urban Hymns, that is a reissue from the noughties when they first reissued it. The original Verve now, that's about 130 to 180 pounds. I get a lot of people asking me for 90s stuff. You're going to be very disappointed. Verve, Stone Roses, Oasis, Blur, Pulp, any of that, you're talking way over 100 now. Nearly everybody knows it, and you'll never find it in charity stores. I say never, you never say never, but who knows. Anthrax, so I am a metalhead for those who know me, especially early thrash, I love it. Lots of Anthrax Among the Living, Attack of the Killer Bees, Black Label Society. I absolutely love Zakk Wylde. For those who don't know, he was the chap who replaced Randy Rhoads in Ozzy, find my words, Ozzy's band. Sabbath, first one, Sabbath Master of Reality, love that album. We Sold Our Soul, and then on to Exodus. I am not a completist, as you may have noticed. I should have War Pigs in there, that's upset me. I've probably sold it through necessity. I need to find another copy. As I say, I've culled a quarter, 3/4, 2/3 to 3/4 of this collection in order to live. But that's what you do. And that was obviously a casualty. Somebody must have needed it or wanted it at the time. But I'm not a completist. I will buy the albums I like and the stuff I love. I don't have to have the need to buy everything, you know, to complete a collection. Thank God, otherwise I would be definitely broke, and I'd be living in my works van with my dog and no roof over my head. Exodus, Fabulous, which is brilliant. Fabulous Disaster, that really was what triggered my love of thrash. Blood In Blood Out, one of their more recent ones. Girls' School, Gojira, love them. French, I guess you could call them metal progressive rock or progressive metal. Love them, absolutely fantastic. L'Enfant Sauvage, great album. Hell Bastard, love them. A friend of mine was the guitarist in that band for a little while, and gave me this, which is really nice. Yeah, absolutely fantastic picture disc. Maiden, Somewhere Back in Time. Korn's Follow the Leader, hard stuff to get your hands on these days, sadly. I'd love to, I could sell stuff like that every day of the week. None of this, by the way, is for sale, I'm just telling you now. Megadeth's first album, which by Mustaine's own admission, crap cover. Bits of chain and foil and a plastic skull, but hey, doesn't matter, their version of these boots are made for walking, that's all you need. Megadeth, Peace Sells, obviously got me again heavily into thrash and just confirmed my love of it. So Far So Good, So What, Rust in Peace. Sadly, after that, everything I bought was on CD. So I say, not a completist, not an elitist when it comes to it. I don't have to have everything on vinyl. Certain records just came out on vinyl, were easily available on vinyl at the time, or in recent years I've come across them and went, yes, that would be great in my vinyl collection. Realm of Terror, Merciless Death. My God, that is heavy. That is a heavy pressing as well. Metallica's original Kill 'Em All, direct Metal Master double LP. Bloody awesome. That's on 45, double 45. Master of Puppets, not the original. I sold that as well. That's on red vinyl. Original Injustice for All, black album. Motorhead, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. This still belongs to a friend of mine. So Gary, if you're still out there, this is yours. I'm really sorry, mate. I've got this and Hazel O'Connor's Breaking Glass. And if you ever want it back, it's yours. I've never got rid of it. So I do apologise, but it's in the condition you let me have it back in 83 or 84. Motorhead's Motoriser, Nuclear Assault survived, brilliant. Overkill, love Overkill. Pantera, that's fantastic. Hellbound. Pantera Preliminary Groove Metal. That's easy for me to say. Basically it's a bootleg, but a kind of back on black bootleg, so you know it's going to be good quality. Sepultura's Arise. And then this is stuff, these are ones that I had recently, probably in the last 10 years. This Slayer stuff and Metallica, sorry, I had bought it back in the day. The Slayer stuff, again, I bought when it came out. So Hell Awaits, Rain in Blood, arguably the best thrash metal album ever, especially Rain in Blood, the track itself. And South of Heaven, Soulfly, Soundgarden, brilliant album, right? And then compilations, which I absolutely love, because at the time I was, oh God, do I really like thrash? You know, I love the speed, the energy, but some of the recordings were dreadful because I think sound engineers just didn't have a clue how to capture the sound back in the day. I mean, the early Exodus stuff, apart from Fabulous Disaster, the rest of them were bloody awful. Even the early Megadeth was not that great sound-wise. And you look at early Metallica, you can't even hear Cliff Burton's bass most of the time unless he's doing the distortion on Master of Puppets, you know. But you can't really hear it, you know. Even on Justice for All, Jason Newsted's stuff was still pretty basic. I mean, it wasn't that great. I'd love these guys to just go back and reissue all of it and remaster it like Jimmy Page does with Led Zepp stuff all the time. That would be brilliant. Anyway, bought a lot of these. I didn't like the first one, got rid of that, sold that. That went for £20. Was never into it. The one I bought first, funnily enough, is the fourth one, double album, volume 4, which is superb. And then I went back and bought number 2 and 3, and I did buy 1, but as I say, I wasn't into it. So you know, you got early Exodus in here and Reanimator. My favourite is probably Death Open Casket and Hex, Mirror of the Past. Obviously Nuclear Assault are on there. What was the other one I really like? Possessed, Storm in my mind. Oh. Stormtroopers of Death, obviously featuring Scotty in from Anthrax and Charlie also, who you could arguably say was certainly maybe amongst him Lombardo from the Slayer, you know, just invented proper thrash drumming. I mean, Phil Taylor from Motorhead pretty much used that on Overkill, but these guys, you know, they refined it, let's face it, and it became the signature drum sound. Van Halen 1 and 2 should be in there. Yeah, I was massively into Van Halen. They were a bit alien to us. I mean, let's face it, you know, Californian based heavy metal, you know, it's all very happy and go lucky, and you know, hence why I love Dave Lee Roth, which was also in the previous ones. So Women and Children First, Fair Warning, bought all these back in the day. Diver Down, 1984, 5150, and OU812. That was the last one I actually bought on vinyl. One of the recent ones I loved, I can't remember the name of it, when they brought Dave Lee Roth back, was fantastic, but I've only got it, I hate to say it, as download. But OU812 was kind of the last one I really loved of theirs. Pride and Joy, Venom, Welcome to Hell, and somebody has actually, that is somebody's bite mark on there. Somebody has actually eaten that. And then into my punk stuff. Some of it. My battery's just about to run out, so I'm actually going to do another video. But Amyl and the Sniffers, a current punk band who are from Melbourne, and wow, some love it, some hate it. Is that not the point of punk? You know, but my God, she can wail, and she has the attitude. She's kind of like X-Ray Specs, the Slits kind of attitude. The guitarist looks like he's in AC/DC. The drummer looks like he's in Anthrax or Exodus or Megadeth or whatever, right? And the bass player, you know, looks like he should be kind of in a kind of stoner band. So there you go.